Welcome to Abrar Electrical World. This is about the house inspection for electrical wiring. This is very important. I had told you in many lectures, I explained this. And one thing is also most important and top of that you can do it yourself at your home where you live, but you must be electrical literate a bit and follow all the safety instructions, because electricity is the most dangerous type of a quantity, and nothing is you can see, but it is very dangerous, injurious for the health, for human being, for animals or anything living, even plants, etc. So always when you work on the electrical system, please use the electrical grade pliers, cutters, use the protective safety gloves of the electrical grade, things like that. Don't work until you know and you have all those things with you. So this is all about the wire sizes. Why wire sizes are important for you? It is because when you are going to buy a house and you want to inspect the wiring, you can open any switchboard in the room, kitchen, etc. You must open in the kitchen or one bedroom and the washroom or the bathroom or kitchen, and must check the wires. And I will tell you that how, by just looking on the wire, you can find out that wire is of appropriate size or not. Plus, you have to look at the receptacles and the GFI and FIs, which I am making the other videos. Now, the most common you will find in your houses will be the two kind of wires. One will be the 15 ampere and other will be of 20 ampere. These will be the wire used in the branch circuit, and where you have the 240-volt appliance like the ranges, and you can see I have written here that the central air conditioner, etc., furnaces. So there you will have the 240-volt. But normally in the residential dwelling, small dwellings, you will have just 120-volt, and you will have two kind of wires, 15 ampere and 20 ampere. So let's concentrate on these two wires for the time being, and gradually you will develop your knowledge because you will come across these two kind of wires. So let's see. Now see, if you see these kind of wire, you can go to the Home Depot and you can check the wires reels there, and you can check that there is written NM, and this is all true for the USA and Canada, both countries. NM is the non-metallic sheath. What is non-metallic sheath? It is just the overall covering on the cable, in which you have two wires, sometimes three wires, and there is a ground wire which is a copper wire. And one thing more, that the your choice should be copper conductor, and all these current values are given, ampere given are in for the copper cable. So you must have the copper cable. If you have the aluminum cable, that is allowed to, but aluminum has a lesser life, and it's better always to have the copper conductor. Ampicity, they call it, the ampicity means whatever we call in the non-North American countries the current rating, that is called the ampicity in Canada and USA. Now, if you look at the conductor, you will see it is written NM 12 by 2 20 ampere. It will mean that there are two wires of 12 number gauge, and the rating is 20 ampere for that wire inside the jacket for each of the wire. Now, these 12, it can be 14, see here 14. So these are the gauges, and this is what kind of gauges? The gauge is a small instrument which measure the size of the cable, size of the conductor, bare conductor. That means excluding the insulation on the conductor. So 12 is the number, and there are two major standards in the world. One is the SWG, that is the standard wire gauge used in all the countries except North America, USA and Canada. USA and Canada, they use AWG. AWG means American wire gauge. One is the standard wire gauge, SWG, and the other is what? AWG. Now, these are the gauge numbers are according to AWG, American wire gauge. One thing which is common to both of the standards is that higher the number, the current rating is less. See, it is 14 ampere, so this current rating will be 15 ampere only. And the lower 12 number means 12 AWG, size of the wire, that is the diameter, not the area. So lower the number, higher the capacity, it is a 20 ampere. So remember this, if the number is higher, the current capacity is lower. And this is the diameter and not the area of the conductor. Again, one thing I would like to tell you. Now, what happens if you don't have the gauge with you? How will you find 12 or 14? So I tell you a trick that the diameter of the 12 AWG size wire is equal to the thickness of the nickel. Nickel, nickel dime cents. So nickel, 5 cents. So you take a dime nickel and place the wire on the side of the nickel, that is the thickness, and if it is equal to that approximately, then that is a 12, and the other one which is less than the thickness of the nickel, that is going to be 12, 16 or any other number. If it is 10, it will be thicker than the nickel, thickness of the nickel. So this is a trick I am telling you, that you can have a coin, don't go for the gauge. Why this is important? This is important that you have seen in your buildings, apartments, that when you use one, say, micro oven, and other your friend living in the same house, apartment, also start using the electrical kettle for the tea making, then the circuit breaker trips. So this kind of things you must know before buying the house. So if you are going to survey a house, at least you are allowed to do and check all these things. There is no harm, there is no bar from the code, there is no bar, there is no kind of a licensing on checking and looking at the things. And whenever you check them, you can open the small front plate of the receptacle or outlet or the switch, but before doing that, you must switch off the electricity from the main panel board or the breaker, and then you must check that wires are now not live, they are dead, for which you have to use a tester. So electrical tester, that I will explain, and I will show you the picture in another one, the small tools which you need. So this is very important. Now here I have the picture, see, yellow and white, and these directly show you that yellow is the 12 AWG wire, and the white one is the uh, 14 AWG wire. So by the color coding only you can find out that the size of the wire. You don't have to use the nickel to find out. But if the wire, the yellow jacket cannot be seen usually in the outlet boxes, etc., then you can do as I told you by using your nickel. See, this is also known as the Romex. Romex is a company, is a brand, but it is so popular that now it has become a kind of the uh, common name for these kind of wires which are non-metallic sheathed. So, see, it is in 14/2 means 14 number of wire, and 2 number will be in this jacket, and 14, you see the white jacket here, and this jacket I told you, this is actually what that is known as a sheath, and 15 feet is inside here, and All the companies for the North America and Canada are common manufacturer, and they make the item as per the National Electric Code USA as well as the CEC Canadian Electric Code. So I hope this is a very important video for you. Don't get bored. I'm not trying to make you electrician. I want you to save money. Do it yourself. Electrical works, small works. Small work is not small. Even change of one socket, they will charge you $100, yeah, 60, $70, while the material is only $2 to $3. Only $2 to $3 Canadian dollar or US dollar. $2, $3, $4. That is the maximum price for one duplex kind of a receptacle or outlet. But they will charge you 50, 60, 70, maybe $100 for this job. So why not to do it yourself? But again, take all kind of safety measure related to the electricity. Electricity is very dangerous.